I have been getting this question for a year and a half now. Over a year. My permanent denture can fit down inside of my temporary immediate denture. Can I see who watches my videos? That's what I would do. I would go get a second opinion. There's a lot of things that you can do if your bottom denture just won't stay in. Am I getting implants? In today's video, we're gonna answer a lot of your questions that I've been getting, some over the past year, some more like within this past week, like 2 shades. My YouTube algorithm, the back end of YouTube, I'm gonna show you what that's like. A lot of you have been asking me a lot of questions about that, and just other questions, lower dentures, all the things, just all the things. All right, let's get started. Most recent question that I've been getting a lot of emails, messages, and just a lot of in the past week is, what is the whiter shade, A1 or B1? A lot of you just have that question. The brightest shade out of the A1 and the B1 is B1.
Your shade guide according to value. Ready? Let's do this. The shade tabs are now B1, A1, B2, D2, A2, C1, C2, D4, A3, D3, B3, A3.5, B4, C3, A4, C4. But what does this mean? When doing it like this, you arrange them from highest value to lowest value, or, on the flip side of the coin, from lowest chroma to highest chroma.
My teeth, hold on a minute, let me go get my immediate dentures. Alright, I got my immediate dentures here, and I'm going to tell you the shade of these and the shade that I have in now. This shade is an A1. I'll show you what it looks like in my mouth so you have a comparison. There's no soft reline, well, there is a dentist soft reline in these, so these are going to be really big on me. I'm just doing this for comparison. This shade is A1. A1 is not a bleached shade. These are my Denture Box teeth. Come on, come on. This is, I believe the shade is OM1. This is a bleached shade out of a Vita tooth. Let me put it in my mouth so you can see. You can see it's brighter. It's whiter. Okay, here they are side by side. Why didn't I get bleach shade on my, these are my immediate dentures, and I did not get bleach shade on my immediate dentures because it's an extra cost. For my dentist it was an extra cost, and I didn't want to pay the extra cost just on immediate dentures. I figured on these dentures I'd go bleach. Yeah, bleach. Since I got that question on which shade is the brightest and how to pick out a 2 shade, I filmed a video with a man that has over 20 years experience making dentures, putting shades in, talking about shades, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, because that video is coming. We're going to dive into the shades, bleach shades, the numbers, and how to pick shade. So subscribe, come back, because we're going to do that. My next question I get a lot is, am I going to get implants? Not right now. When I first had my immediate dentures, I made videos saying I'm going to do the implants, and I had a plan on doing that, and by now my plan would have happened and I would have had them on the bottom. I don't have them yet. Am I ever going to get them? Yes. Here is why. When I start losing bone on my bottom ridge, because right now you can see I have a darn good bottom ridge. I'm 56 years old and I have a good ridge. Some people don't have that good bottom ridge like I do. When I start losing bone and the ridge starts getting smaller and these dentures are harder to stay in, I can't get them in, at that point I'm going to get the implants just on the bottom. As of now, just on the bottom, because it'll be harder for me to keep my denture in. Those of you that have a very, very small ridge know how hard it is to keep that bottom denture in. And you can do soft relines, you can do anything. I was in to see my dentist recently, and he said you would be surprised. Some people's ridge are they're just totally flat. There's nothing there, and the denture just slides all the way around. When that happens to me, that's when I'm going to do the implants on the bottom. And if that's happening to you now, if you can't keep your bottom denture in, talk to your dentist about implants just on the bottom, because you can get them just on the bottom. Are they expensive? Yes, but my dental insurance was going to pay for my implants, so yours might too. So if you're having that problem, talk to your dentist, talk to your insurance company, see what it'll pay. Just, there's a lot of things that you can do if your bottom denture just won't stay in. I have been getting this question for a year and a half now. Over a year. Can I see who watches my videos? In the back end of YouTube, can I see who watches my videos? No. There is no possible way for me to see who watches my videos unless you leave a comment. Well, we're going to go into the back end of my YouTube now, and I'm going to show you, because what I've done is when people ask me that question, I have a folder on my computer where I have screenshots of my back end of YouTube, and I send those to them and say, this is what we can see. This is it. So normally if someone says they can see who watches their video, or they can't. They just can't. They can't. What they're trying to do, when somebody says you need to watch the whole video through and I can see that you're not doing it, what they're trying to do is get you to watch the whole entire video through, because that tells YouTube, hey, people liked this video, so they're watching the entire video, so YouTube's going to push that video out. And that's what any creator that is doing that is doing. They're trying to manipulate the algorithm so their video gets pushed out. So let's dive into what you can actually see. We're going to go in on my most recent video, which is how to use a secure strips. That we're going to just go in on that video. That's my most current recent video. Into the analytics we go, and I'm going to put probably screenshots up here as we go what I talk about. All right, you can see right here, I'm going to put a whole screenshot of the overview. There's the overview. I've made $5.08 off of this video so far. And that's like per every 1,000 views, that's how we get paid. When we get 1,000 views, then YouTube knows to pay. That's how we get paid. So will this number grow some? Yeah, it will. And I also gained 3 subscribers off of this video. Let me go to the audience tab. Right here you see subscribe, not subscribe. And that is the percentage of people that watched that was subscribed and not subscribed. And if I click see more, it takes me to this big screen, and it doesn't add anything, it just gives me a graph. Okay, and then over here there is age and gender, female, male, user unspecified, so 81.1% as of now when I'm filming this video. The age of the viewer, so I'm getting 45 to 65-year-old viewers, which makes sense because I film denture videos. And if I click see more, it tells me the same thing in a just graph form, that's all. And then let's see what else it does. It tells me the top countries that are watched. Let's click on that. United States is my top country. I live in the United States. I speak English sometimes. Something else I can see is if they use subtitles right here. The next few screens you see are the average view duration of the video in a whole, not singled out as person, it's in a whole. I realize that this might sound petty to some, but I cannot tell you how many times that I've gotten this question over the past year. What you're looking at here, you see the little arrow or the line graph going down. That is the entire video. That's from when you click on the video to the end of the video. This video was 17 minutes long. My typical view retention on this video is 45%. And you can see as the line goes down, that is people dropping out of the video. So that is in a hole. I can see that in a hole, not per single viewer. That's all you can see about who watches your video. It's just an overall number grouped in. You're not singled out. From now on, when I get this question, I'm going to refer this video. That's what I'm doing. So all of that is just, there you go. On that video that I just did on the secure strips, I'm getting comments that when you put it in, some people say it hurts. Cut them smaller. Try cutting them smaller and smoothing them out more. Maybe that will work for you. Maybe. And just know that when something works good for me, keep in mind I have a really good ridge there, a really good ridge, and I have very good fitting dentures. When something works for me, it might not work as well for you. Our body chemicals are made up different. My ridge is different. And sometimes, like, I did a video on the other strips. I forget what they're called. I can't remember what these are ever called. I did a video on the other strips. I didn't like them. I didn't like those at all. I didn't like it on the top. I didn't like it on the bottom. They were sliding down the back of my throat. Some of you really like that. So your body chemical is made up different than mine. And if you don't like the secure strips, try the other ones. Those might work for you. They're working for other people. I get this question often too. What are immediate dentures? I still have mine sitting here. Temporary dentures, immediate dentures. What is happening here? When I first got my dentures, I was confused on that too. An immediate denture, this is my immediate denture, or temporary denture. This denture of mine was made when I still had teeth in my mouth. They did impressions of my gums, and then at the lab, they took off the teeth. They took all the teeth off my denture, and then put these teeth on there. I picked them up from my dentist, took them when they were done, took them to my surgeon's office, and he put these in after he extracted all my teeth. These dentures are made of a lesser quality. They only cost me like $750. So they're made, the teeth aren't as nice, the gums aren't as nice, they're just not as nice as when you get your regular set of dentures, when you get your full set, when you pay the big bucks for your dentures. These are not as nice as these. They're only made to be a temporary fix, like a band-aid over top of your gums while your gums are shrinking. That's what these are for. They're either called immediate dentures or temporary dentures. Some people wear these, they put a hard reline in here, or they continue to put soft relines in here, and some people wear these for years. You can do that if you want to. You do not have to go get a full set of dentures if you can't afford it or don't want to pay for it. You don't have to do that. You can buy these and keep wearing these. Now, if your dentist, I'm dealing with something right now, a friend of mine, when you're told you have to have all your teeth removed, you just don't know anything. You don't know anything. And what her dentist has done to her is he made her permanent set of dentures before her teeth were even pulled out. So instead of her getting immediate dentures or temporary dentures, he gave her her full set of dentures that she's going to have for years and years and years. Now, the problem with that is your gums are going to start shrinking drastically the first 10 to 12 months. Your gums are going to change so much in size that these are going to be not my immediate dentures, but the dentures that he gives you are going to be huge. When you go into your dentist and he says you need all your teeth pulled out, we're going to put you in these dentures, blah blah blah, you need to say to him, are you putting me in immediate dentures, temporary dentures? They're the same thing. Or are you going to put me in my permanent denture right now? If he says, oh no, we're going to do the permanent right now, ask him why. Just say, why would you do that? My gums are going to be shrinking and they're going to be big. And if he says, oh, it'll be all right, it'll be fine, go get a second opinion. That's what I would do. I would go get a second opinion. Find a dentist that maybe makes the immediate denture, because let me show you. Let me just show you the size difference. My permanent denture can fit down inside of my temporary immediate denture. on the lowers, let's see. Look at the size difference. Like I said, you can do soft relines in here to make these smaller, but overall, the overall size is big. It's gonna be big. You saw the difference between my permanent denture and these. There's no way I would want a dentist to make me permanent dentures the day that I had my teeth extracted. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want that because this is big and this is clunky. Even with the soft reline in here, it's still going to be big. It's still going to be just overall big. I wouldn't have an immediate denture made. That's just my opinion. And my friend now that is dealing with her permanent denture that is huge, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger on her. And she sees my dentures, how small they are. At the time when she ordered her teeth, she didn't realize the difference of the immediate denture and the permanent denture. She just didn't realize. That's all I'm going to answer for today. I think we're already 20 minutes into this video. Subscribe, because I am going to do a video on tooth shades with a tooth artist. We're going to call him the tooth artist. So I'm going to do a video with him. It's coming. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.